When your dog looks at you, do you know what they actually see? You probably think they see their owner, their favorite person, or maybe just a giant walking can opener. Yes, a walking, talking dispenser of delicious treats and endless belly rubs. But the truth is far more extraordinary than that. In fact, it is biologically mind-blowing. And when you finally understand what science has actually found, the way you look at your goofy, tail-chasing best friend will change completely, forever, without a doubt. Most dog owners have absolutely no idea, which means they are completely missing something profound happening right in front of them every single day of their shared lives. Welcome back to Dog Talk. I am Dr. Ben Parker, your resident curiosity expert, and today we are diving incredibly deep into the fascinating mysteries of the canine brain. Let us start with what your dog really sees when they stare deeply into your eyes, usually right when you are desperately trying to eat a sandwich in peace on the couch. First off, let us clear the air right now. You might have heard the popular myth that cats think you are just a big, clumsy, hairless cat that somehow learned to walk upright. Cats allegedly see no real difference between you and another member of their colony. They just tolerate your existence because you are the one who pays the monthly mortgage. But do not ever make the mistake of thinking the exact same logic applies to your dog. Dogs are absolutely not just giant, goofy cats who occasionally bark at the mailman. Because dogs did something that cats never even attempted. Over 15,000 years of living alongside humans, dogs pulled off an absolute evolutionary miracle just for us. They evolved an entirely separate set of complex social behaviors meant only for us. Scientists call it the human-canine bond, and it is a massive deal in the animal kingdom. It is truly unlike anything else found in nature. Your dog does not look at you and see a fellow dog. They are fully aware that you are terribly bad at fetching tennis balls. They look at you and see something they have been biologically hardwired across thousands of generations to eagerly seek out, completely trust, and attach to unconditionally. You are not an equal to them. You are not just another pack member. You are something much closer to a literal lifeline, a superhero without a cape but with plenty of snacks. Brian Hare, a brilliant cognitive scientist at Duke University, has spent his entire career studying dog cognition. It is a real, fascinating job. I promise you it actually is. He discovered that dogs have developed a highly unique ability to read human social cues. It is a cognitive superpower that even our closest evolutionary primate relatives lack. Think about it for a second. When you point at a fallen piece of cheese, your dog instantly follows your finger. They know exactly what you mean. Free cheese on the floor. A chimpanzee does not do that naturally. A wild wolf raised by humans does not either. They just stare at your pointing finger like you are being an absolute, total weirdo. Your dog understands the complex language of human intention in a way that is almost unsettling. They can read the room significantly better than most of my extended relatives. Because it means they did not just learn to live around us, they evolved specifically to understand us on a deep level. We have always been their entire evolutionary project. And that deep, instinctual understanding shapes absolutely everything about how your dog sees you every single day. You are the undisputed center of their cognitive universe. What scientists discovered next about how that intense bond works inside your dog's brain is absolutely wild. We will get to the fascinating brain chemistry a little bit later. And trust me on this, when you finally hear it, it will hit you differently than you might expect. You might actually need a tissue or at least a really good, long dog hug. Let us gracefully move on to point number 2. Your dog actually rehearses your return while you are gone. Yes, they actively practice for your grand, triumphant entrance. Think carefully about what happens the moment you pick up your keys. Your dog's ears immediately go up. They start following you to the front door like a very loyal shadow. Some pace around nervously, some whine dramatically, some just sit and stare at the door long after you have already left for work. Cue the sad, melancholic violin music now. For many years, people just called this separation anxiety and lazily left it at that. Just a dog being overly clingy, right? Well, modern science definitely says otherwise. Curious researchers started asking a completely different question. What is actually happening physiologically inside a dog during those incredibly agonizing hours left alone? What they eventually found was nothing short of deeply remarkable. Scientific studies tracking dogs left alone showed that their stress hormones spike within mere minutes. The exact moment you leave, their heart rate noticeably rises. Their body immediately enters a state of low-level alert. It is exactly like waiting for the finale of a tense movie. But here is the part that absolutely stops most people right in their tracks. It is the kind of profound science that makes you want to rush home immediately to your furry friend. When researchers played audio recordings of the owner's voice to dogs left entirely alone, their elevated stress levels dropped almost immediately. It worked just like magic. Not at the sound of any random human voice. Oh no, absolutely not. Specifically at the sound of their beloved owners. You are literally their personal ASMR relaxation track. And it is not just your soothing sound. Your unique scent does the exact same thing. A fascinating, groundbreaking study from Emory University proved this using complex brain scans. They discovered that when dogs were shown various different scents, only one triggered massive, undeniable activation in the highly sensitive reward center of their cute little brains. That is the specific part of the brain heavily associated with love, extreme pleasure, and positive anticipation. The exact same part that lights up when we see a fresh pizza. That magical, intoxicating scent was yours. Not a juicy, rare steak, not another playful, friendly dog, but you. Your sweaty gym socks are literally a massive joy trigger for them. Your dog is not simply waiting around for you to come home just because they are bored. They are actively holding on to you in absolutely every way their canine biology allows. They are patiently waiting until you walk back through that front door. And if this is suddenly changing the way you see your dog right now, I assure you that you are not alone. Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to Dog Talk. We love covering what dog behavior actually means, not what we foolishly and incorrectly assume it means every day. Up next is one of the strangest and most deeply fascinating discoveries of all time. Your dog may be reading your face significantly more carefully than most humans ever do. Yes, bringing us to point number 3. Your dog reads your face much better than your spouse probably does. When you look directly at another person's face, your eyes drift. They naturally drift right to the left side of the face first. Scientists officially call it the left gaze bias. It sounds like a strange political movement, but it is purely science. It happens completely automatically because the right side of the human brain, which deeply processes emotion, actually controls the left side of the face. Biology is amazing, and we humans evolved to subconsciously read that emotional billboard. But here is what is extraordinarily weird and wonderful. Your dog does the exact same thing when looking at you. But wait, here is the absolute kicker that shocked researchers: they only do it with humans. When researchers showed dogs images of human faces, dog faces, and random inanimate objects, the dogs consistently showed a strong left gaze bias only for human faces, not for other dogs, not for a picture of a red fire hydrant, only for us, their beloved human companions. They evolved a specifically human-directed way of carefully reading emotion. They are literally built from the ground up to read your daily mood exactly like an open, familiar book. That is exactly why your dog so often knows you are deeply upset before you have said a single word or moved a single muscle. They are highly trained, emotional canine ninjas. They are reading tiny micro-expressions in your face with a stunning precision that took thousands of years of evolution to fully develop. Talk about dedication to a friendship. And it goes even further than that. Dogs can easily distinguish between happy and angry human faces, even in static photographs of completely random people they have never ever met. They instinctively know what a human frown means without ever being formally taught. They just look at an angry face and immediately think, yikes, somebody definitely needs a nap. So the very next time your dog pads over to you, quietly and gently rests their heavy, adorable head in your lap when you are having a genuinely terrible, incredibly hard day, understand clearly that they did not just randomly guess. They read it directly in your face. They processed it in a brain deeply shaped by 15,000 years of evolution. A brain specifically tuned to paying incredibly close attention to yours. And they made a conscious, incredibly loving decision. They deliberately chose to come and comfort you. Now, let us talk about the tail. Point number 4. The specific direction your dog wags their tail is actually a complete, highly complex sentence full of emotional meaning. Most people incorrectly assume a wagging tail simply means a happy dog. Look, his tail is wagging. He obviously loves me. Well, scientists recently discovered something else. Something that changes that basic assumption entirely. It is not just whether a dog wags their tail. It is exactly which specific direction they wag that truly matters the most. When a dog sees something that triggers a strongly positive emotional response, like their beloved owner returning home or a very familiar, friendly face approaching them quickly, the wag noticeably skews to the right. There is significantly more movement on the right side of the tail. Right means right on, I am thrilled, let us get this amazing party started. But when a dog feels deeply uncertain, highly anxious, or is facing a complete stranger that puts them on high alert, the wag dramatically and noticeably skews to the left side. Left basically means, I am not so sure about this situation, pal. And here is what makes it even more scientifically remarkable. Other dogs can actually read this subtle signal. Researchers in Italy, probably while sipping a delicious espresso, found that when dogs were shown videos of other dogs wagging their tails distinctly to the right side, they stayed perfectly calm and deeply relaxed. But when shown dogs wagging to the left, their own heart rates increased significantly, showing clear signs of contagious anxiety. Their bodies responded to the visual signal completely automatically. Your dog has a highly complex tail vocabulary that they never even had to study in a formal canine school. They were essentially born with it, and they are actively using it every single day. And it is not just the direction, the overall height of the wag carries deep meaning too. A tail held very high and wagging incredibly fast signals absolute confidence and extreme excitement. I am the undisputed king of the world, and I just found an amazing stick. A tail held very low and moving quite slowly can clearly signal submission or polite appeasement. Please do not be incredibly mad that I accidentally chewed your favorite slippers. So, your dog is definitely not just wagging at you randomly. They are actively talking to you. They are constantly broadcasting their complex feelings in high definition every day. And they have been doing it every single day, patiently waiting for you to finally listen, or at least to stop giving them incredibly confusing and mixed emotional signals. Now, there is one final mind-blowing discovery that flawlessly ties all of this together. And once you hear it, absolutely everything else starts to make perfect, beautiful sense. Point number 5. You are the absolute center of your dog's entire world, and there is a profoundly deep neurochemical reason for that incredibly beautiful and heartwarming reality. In 2015, a truly groundbreaking study published in the prestigious journal Science made massive, unbelievable headlines around the entire world, shocking animal lovers everywhere. Dedicated researchers found that when dogs and their human owners simply gazed deeply into each other's eyes, something truly magical happened on a strictly biological level. Both the dog and the human showed a significant, easily measurable rise in oxytocin. Yes, the incredibly famous bonding hormone. The ultimate, scientifically proven cuddle chemical. It is the exact same powerful chemical that surges intensely between a human mother and her newborn child in those incredibly critical, highly emotional first moments after birth. Let that sit for a moment. Let it really sink in deeply. Your dog looks at you, and their brain releases the exact same chemistry humans naturally use to bond with their own babies. And when you look affectionately back at them, your brain does the exact same thing. You are literally biologically syncing up your emotions with a completely different species. This is absolutely not mere human sentiment. This is not just silly pet owners projecting complex human emotions onto innocent, constantly hungry animals living in their houses. This is a fully documented, highly scientific biological loop, a continuous feedback cycle of intense emotional bonding that your dog triggers simply by looking deeply into your eyes. And please remember what we talked about at the very beginning of this journey, how dogs evolved specifically to carefully read our complex human faces over thousands of years, how they miraculously evolved to follow human cues and accurately respond to human emotion in profound ways no other animal on the entire planet can possibly ever hope to match. This incredible oxytocin loop is exactly what all that evolution was building toward. Thousands of years of natural selective breeding for one specific, incredibly beautiful goal. A creature that does not just casually live alongside you. A creature that is neurochemically, inextricably, and permanently wired to your very existence on this spinning planet. Your dog does not merely tolerate your daily presence because you control the food supply. They do not simply accept you as a boring, static part of their living environment. You are the literal, undeniable reason their brain joyfully releases its most powerful, feel-good bonding chemical. You are quite literally their ultimate favorite natural high. You are the specific scent their reward center absolutely lights up for. You are the exact face their eyes have evolved specifically to carefully read, analyze, and deeply understand. Your dog absolutely does not see a generic human when they look at you. They do not see a simple owner, a strict master, or just a tall roommate who occasionally pays the bills. They see the one singular presence their entire biology was fundamentally built to find. You are the final, beautiful, missing piece to their incredibly long evolutionary puzzle. They see you, And to them, that is absolutely everything. It is an emotional connection so remarkably deep, so profoundly pure, that it completely transcends language and species. So the very next time your dog stares intensely at you while you are trying to work, please remember they are not just annoyingly begging for a long walk or a tasty little treat. They are actively engaging in a 15,000-year-old biological ritual. A perfectly silent, ongoing conversation of brain chemistry, deep evolution, and pure, unfiltered love. You are their safe, comforting harbor in a deeply confusing world. You are the specific voice that lowers their stress, the unique scent that brings them immense, unbridled joy. It is a genuinely heavy responsibility, being the absolute center of someone's entire universe, but it is also the greatest emotional privilege a human can possibly ever experience. To be loved so incredibly, completely, so fiercely, unconditionally, by a wonderful creature that literally rewired its own brain just to be a little bit closer to you every single day. That is the true, undeniable magic of the human-canine bond. It is not just about teaching them silly tricks, it is about the beautiful emotional trick they played on our human hearts. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredibly fascinating journey into the canine mind. I am Dr. Ben Parker, and this has been another eye-opening episode of Dog Talk. If you found this information deeply fascinating, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. We have plenty more deep dives into the incredibly curious world of our best friends. Until next time we meet, please give your dog an extra, very long belly rub from me, and remember to look them right in the eyes today. The science absolutely demands it from you. Stay endlessly curious, stay deeply compassionate, and never ever underestimate the profound emotional intelligence hiding right behind those goofy, incredibly lovable doggy smiles.